Hello everyone. In this video or in this series of video, we will be discussing about Django. So our tutorial will be on project-based approach to learning web development with the Django framework. In this video tutorial, you will be build 5 progressively more complex web application, starting with a simple hello world app, progressing to a pages app, after that message board app, after that blog app with forms and users accounts, and finally a newspaper app that uses a custom user model, email integration, foreign key, authorization, permission, and many more. By the end of this video tutorial, you will be feeling confident creating your own Django projects from scratch using current best practices. Django is a free open source web framework written in the Python programming language. Okay, so this Django is used by millions of programmers every year. Its popularity is due to its friendliness to both beginners and advanced programmers. Django is robust enough to be used by the largest websites in the world, like Insta, like Pinterest, Bitbucket, Disqus, but also flexible enough to be a good choice for early stage startups and prototyping personal projects. This video tutorial is regularly updated and features the latest version of both Django and Python. So it also uses pipenv for managing Python packages and virtual environments. Throughout, we will be using modern best practices from the Django Python web development communities, especially through use of testing. So we are going to test everything. So our next topic is on why Django. So why we as a developer need Django? Django is a web framework. It is a web framework which collects modular tools that abstracts away most of the difficulty and repetition inherent in web development. For example, most websites need the basic functionality, the ability to connect to a database, set URL routes, display content on a page, handle security properly, and so on. Rather than recreate all of this from scratch, programmers over the years have created web frameworks in the all major programming language, Django and Flask in Python, like Rails in Ruby, and Express in JavaScript, and many others. Django is inherited Python's batteries included approach and includes out-of-the-box support for common tasks in web development. So Django basically provides user authentication, templates, routes and views, admin interface, robust security, support for multiple database backends, and much more. And this approach allows web developers to focus on what makes a web application unique rather than in reinventing the wheel every time for standard secure web application functionality. So in contrast, several popular frameworks, most notably Flask in Python and Express in JavaScript, adopt a micro-framework approach. They provide only the bare minimum required for a simple web page and leave it up to the developer to install and configure third-party packages to replicate basic website functionality. This approach provides more flexibility to the developer but also yields more opportunities for mistakes. Millions of programmers have already used Django to build their websites, which is undeniably a good thing. Web development is hard. It does not make sense to repeat the same code and make mistakes, when a large community of brilliant developers has already solved these problems for us. At the same time, Django remains under active development and has a yearly release schedule. The Django community is constantly adding new features and security improvements, and best of all, it's written in the wonderfully readable yet still powerful Python programming language. In short, if you are building a website from scratch, Django is a fantastic choice.